Hello everyone, welcome back to Magad Gyan Kendra, and in our last video of chemical reaction and equations we discussed about the chemical equations and balancing them. So in this part of the video we will be discussing about the different types of chemical reactions, which are combination reactions, decomposition reactions, displacement reactions, double displacement reactions, and redox reactions. So redox reactions, reduction and oxidation reactions we will be discussing in the next part with corrosion and rancidity. in this part we will be only discussing these four types: combination, decomposition, displacement, and double displacement. So let's start off with combination. So just by the name of it we can predict that this reaction is a type of reaction in which things combine to form a single thing. So if we just put it numerically or symbolically, we would write that element A or compound A reacts with compound or element B to form another compound AB. So generally this type of reaction is an exothermic reaction. So exothermic reaction is a reaction in which heat is released. So in combination reactions, when two things are combining, the product will be formed and a few amount of heat would be released. So the the reactants could be two or more, and the products could be one or two, just about two. And a few examples of combination reactions can be Zn plus O2 giving ZnO, H2 plus O2 giving H2O, and CaO, which is quicklime or calcium oxide with H2O water to produce CaOH whole twice, calcium hydroxide, which is slaked lime. In this process as well heat is released. So this reaction CaO, quicklime plus H2O giving CaOH whole twice plus heat, is an important reaction because reaction is usually asked in the exams directly. This is an example of whitewashing, reaction for whitewashing. So CaO, we can see that it is a metal oxide, calcium oxide, so Ca plus O2 will form CaO. Then when we react this CaO or quicklime with water, it forms calcium hydroxide plus heat, which is slaked lime. So now this slaked lime CaOH whole twice, when reacts with the atmospheric carbon dioxide, it forms calcium carbonate. This calcium carbonate is also called marble, and this is the same thing, calcium carbonate, the marble which you see in the house, which is very white and solid material. So this reaction is very important. This is also a combination reaction, and this is also a combination reaction. Calcium oxide quicklime plus water giving calcium hydroxide plus heat, and calcium hydroxide plus CO2 giving calcium carbonate with heat as well. Our second type of reaction is decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction is just the opposite of combination reaction. So decomposition is also like very easily understandable. Decomposition reaction, in decomposition we can understand that a complex compound is broken down into simpler compounds and elements. So just decomposition reaction symbolically would be AB will decompose to form A and B. So if you remember, we said that combination reactions are generally exothermic, meaning heat is released in that reaction. So the opposite of exothermic is endothermic. So decomposition reactions are endothermic, meaning they absorb heat. So when we heat the substance AB, it decomposes to form A and B. So the symbol of heat is also this type of triangle, which we call delta. A few common examples of decomposition reactions are: when ferrous sulfate is heated, it forms ferric oxide plus sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. And another example is lead nitrate. When given heat, is heated, it decomposes to form lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. So if you remember the combination reaction which was calcium hydroxide when reacts with carbon dioxide, it gives calcium carbonate. When this calcium carbonate is heated, we obtain calcium oxide and oxygen. So this was the combination reactions, decomposition reactions in which we produce heat. We give heat to decompose the substance. So there are three types of decomposition reactions. Thermal, that we saw all of these. All of these types of reactions, decomposition reactions, are thermal reactions in which heat is given to the substance to decompose. Next is photo decomposition or photolysis, and electrolytic decomposition or electrolysis. So photo decomposition or photolysis is the decomposition reaction in which we give or pass light to decompose the substance, and in electrolytic decomposition we pass electricity to decompose the substance. A common example of photo decomposition reaction is AgCl or silver chloride in sunlight gives Ag plus Cl2. 2AgCl gives 2Ag plus Cl2 when sunlight is given to the AgCl. The example, a very common example of electrolytic decomposition or electrolysis would be the electrolysis of water. You would have heard the electrolysis of water in which hydrogen and oxygen are produced. So when electricity is passed through water, it gives hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. So this was the decomposition reaction, and now we will be moving to the displacement reaction. Our next type of reaction is displacement reaction. In this reaction, a highly reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal. So this is the reactivity series. The highest reactive, the most reactive metal is potassium, and the least reactive metal is gold, and then we have platinum and so on. So potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, gold, silver and gold. So this is the reactivity series from most reactive to least reactive. So if you have a more reactive metal, then it will displace a lesser reactive metal from its solution. So let's take an example. The symbolic representation would be if the solution of metal A with B is, and then a highly reactive metal C. So C would displace A from its solution. So it will form Cb plus A. So let's take an example. Let's take the solution CuSO4, copper sulfate, and the metal Fe. Fe or iron is more reactive than copper, hence it will displace copper from its solution. So it will form FeSO4 plus Cu. Now if the solution was FeSO4 and we put Cu, then no reaction would take place. Why? Because Cu is less reactive metal and Fe or iron is more reactive metal, hence copper will not be able to displace iron from its solution. Other examples could be CuSO4 plus aluminium giving aluminium sulfate, and copper chloride plus Mg, magnesium chloride plus copper. So you saw in every reaction, iron was more reactive than copper, aluminium was more reactive than copper, and magnesium was more reactive than copper, hence they displaced copper out of its solution. But copper was not able to displace iron because copper is less reactive than iron. So our next type of reaction is double displacement reaction. In double displacement reaction there is an exchange of ions. So we would have AB reacting with CD to form AC and BD. Now let's take a very common example. sodium sulfate NaSO4 plus barium chloride giving barium sulfate and sodium chloride. So what is happening is this: if we break down sodium sulfate, we would get Na plus ion and SO4 2 minus 2 ion, and if we break down BaCl, we would get Ba2 plus or Ba plus 2 ion and Cl minus ion. So the positive ion of this combines with the negative ion of this, and the negative ion of this combines with positive ion of this. So the negative of this the positive of this compound goes with the negative of the other compound, and the positive of the other compound goes with the negative of this compound, and hence BaSO4 and NaCl is formed. This reaction is also called precipitation reaction because a precipitate is formed. In this case, this is the precipitate, and we denote it by a downwards arrow, and it is a white precipitate. So precipitate is a solid substance which is insoluble in its solution. So both of these are in aqueous solutions. Both of these are in aqueous forms. But this is a solid and this remains aqueous. So that is why the double displacement reaction is also called precipitation reaction. So this was all for this video. In the next video, we will be discussing about the redox reactions, corrosion and rancidity, and we will be finishing off with this chapter of chemical reactions and equations, and we will be starting light reflection and refraction.